Hey everybody, what's up? This is Fred McKinnon with eBusiness Online. Today is Tuesday, March the 5th, 2024, and we are 5 days into the brand new FBA inventory placement fees at Amazon. I want to talk to you about that, but first, real quick, just tell you quickly who I am. My name is Fred McKinnon. As I said, I started this agency, eBusiness Online. We are a full-service e-commerce agency to help people with products. Manufacturers and brands get your products on Amazon, Walmart, other third-party marketplaces, scale up your sales, really help you in those areas. So appreciate you following, watching this video, whether you're an Amazon seller, whether you're thinking about selling on Amazon, you're thinking about getting into e-commerce, you need some help. We'd love to help you. So thanks for subscribing to this channel. Click the little bell icon and follow all of our updates. Now let's just jump into it. Amazon announced at the beginning of the year some of the fee placement, some of the fee structure changes they were going to have. Nothing new, right? Amazon, they always have new fees every year. But this one, the inventory placement fee, just went into effect on March the 1st, so 5 days ago. And if you hang out at all in any of the e-commerce Facebook groups or forums, it's like apocalypse now. The sky is falling. And honestly, I've been at it for 20 years, and this is some of the more dramatic changes I've seen. They're very costly, they're very expensive, and at the end of the day, this is going to hurt the consumer because we're just going to raise our prices. Sellers are going to raise their prices to recover these fees. So let's talk about it. The FBA inventory inbound placement fee. In the past, when a seller would ship their widgets into Amazon, they might have that seller split their shipment up into a couple of different places, but for the most part, you send it to one or two places. And at no additional charge to you, Amazon would then take your widgets and disperse them across their entire fulfillment network. So all over Amazon, if you shipped them, let's say, to Charlotte, North Carolina, and you shipped 100 widgets, well, over the next few days after they're received in Charlotte, they are transshipped all across the country. So you got 10 units in Tennessee, you got 8 units in Seattle, Washington, you got 20 units over in San Diego, California, and so forth. And Amazon, just within their network of trucks going back and forth from one warehouse to another in planes, they just spread out the inventory. They maximize the inventory spread all the way across their fulfillment center network so that they could get the product to customers in optimal time. Those prime customers want it in 2 days. Amazon doesn't want to be paying air, FedEx 2-day airing stuff. They want to get it within 1 to 2 business days to every customer. All right, so Amazon comes along at the beginning of the year and says, hey, effective March 1st, we're no longer going to foot the bill for that. You as a seller, you're going to be expected to split up your shipments into as many as 5 different locations, and you're going to kind of foot the bill for doing that. And if you're not willing to, we're going to make you do it because we're going to make you pay a fee. So they basically said, if you're willing to take what's called an Amazon optimized split shipment, which is a minimum of 4, sometimes 5 warehouses, then you don't have to pay the fee. The fee's waived. Well, the flip side of that is you may not be paying the fee, but you're paying a pretty good extra amount of shipping, because now instead of shipping 1 or 2 boxes to North Carolina or close to your home state, we're in Georgia, so we ship a lot from Georgia. Instead of sending 1 shipment, you're sending 5 shipments. So your outbound shipping cost dramatically increases. Overall, what I'm seeing right now is that outbound shipping cost is increasing around 3x. That's significant. That's really significant. All right, so if you want to do that, you don't pay the fee, but you are going to pay more in outbound shipping cost. Now, they have something called partial or minimal shipment. That means you can say, I'm willing to split it, but not to 5 places. I'll split it to 2 or 3 warehouses. When you do that, then your outbound shipping is probably going to be a little less, but they're going to ding you with these placement fees. And it's anywhere from like 17 cents per unit all the way up to 30, 40 plus cents per unit. It really adds up. Finally, for those that say, nope, I'm going to send it to 1 location and 1 location only. If I'm in Georgia, I want to send it to somewhere on the East Coast where it's going to be cheap for me to send that box or those boxes or that pallet, and then I'm going to pay Amazon to distribute it across the network. Inventory placement fee in that situation is at its highest. So I've got some real world situations for you to look at here on my desktop. Okay, so here we are. And what I want you to see is this is a real client shipment that we're building for one of our clients. And in this shipment, what's important for you to know is that there are hundreds of boxes. This is going to be probably about 18 pallets of product. And across all the boxes, there's 7,344 units. 7,344 units, okay? Now, if I want to only ship this to one location, and with this particular shipping plan with this client that we manage, typically we're shipping a full truckload, 26 pallets, we're shipping it to only one location. Typically it costs us $1,200-1,300, to ship that trailer, full Amazon trailer, to the warehouse, one place. And that was it. Well, in this case, it's costing us $865 to ship that. Now that's cheap. That's very cheap. You're probably not gonna find your own LTL, less than truckload freight carrier to carry that much inventory from the state of Georgia to, let's say, New Jersey. I believe this shipment was going to New Jersey for $865. But on top of the $865, Amazon is going to charge us an additional $2,350 in inventory placement fees. That's really, really, really crazy, right? $2,350. So that's, let's see here, 2350.08 divided by, that's 32 cents per unit. So this total inbound would be 2350.08 in inbound placement fees plus 865.60. So it would cost $3,115. Again, this shipment on a normal day would have only cost $865. So it's more than tripled our cost. All right. So let's say, all right, Amazon, we'll play ball. We'll share some of the burden with you, and we're going to agree to ship it to 3 places. And I've got the bottom of my screen. Underneath that, I've got it concealed for privacy reasons. But as soon as I click that, it creates 3 different shipments to 3 different cities, spread across, mostly the East Coast. And I'm basically saying, hey, I can choose if I want to go to the East Coast, Central United States, or West Coast. We're in Georgia on the East Coast, so going across the West is more expensive. Now, in this situation, now we have 3 separate LTL pickups. And the same thing is going to apply if you're doing UPS ground, right? So in our case, we're doing LTL, less than truckload. All right, so it's not a full truckload, or it's just, a partial truck. And in the case of Amazon, usually even when we send an entire 26 pallet full truckload, they still call it LTL. But nevertheless, now instead of having a freight truck come to our warehouse and pick it up one time, now there are 3 different freight trucks, 3 different pickups going to 3 different cities. So as you can see, my inbound freight just went up from $800 to $1,400. In addition to that, there's an inbound placement fee of $12.48.48, which is 17 cents per unit. All right, so because I'm sharing in the burden, the inventory placement fee went down to 17 cents a unit. But nevertheless, it's still really, really expensive to do this. $14.39.41 in LTL charges plus $12.48.48. So I'm still at $26.87, $2,600 all in to get this shipment to Amazon. Again, that is probably at least 2x more than it normally would have cost before March 1st. Finally, if you're willing to come over here and do the 5 shipments, there's no inventory placement fee. As you can see, there's no fee because you've decided to give Amazon their way, and you're going to let them have their way, and you're going to play. But now you have 5 separate shipments to deal with, 5 of them. Because of that, your outbound freight jumps all the way up to $19.29.35. So honestly, as you can see here, it's pretty dramatic what's happening. We're still, as an agency, we're still hashing it out. As a seller myself, I'm still hashing it out. every inbound shipment now, we have to take extra time to calculate all those options to find out what is going to be the most economical option. And then on top of that, you can't just think of the economics of it as far as the money out, because some of these destinations are 4 or 5 days away, a week away. So not only when you have to do that, are you making it even longer to get your product into Amazon's warehouses. So not only is that happening, that's extending the amount of time before your products are available for sale. So, keep following us here at eBusiness Online. I'll be talking about this a lot, making more videos, showing you what we're learning. If we find any hacks, any ways to get around this, we'll let you know, but that's not very hopeful right now. There's a lot of negativity about this. Hopefully Amazon will listen and consider maybe changing this up, but I'm not super hopeful of that. It's just part of it. At the end of the day, like I said, the loser here is the consumer, because I've spent the last 2 days in various e-commerce group forums. I'm a member of some premium forums that are for 7-8 plus figure $1 million sellers. And they're all dealing with this. Brand owners, aggregators, agencies like us that manage numerous Amazon accounts for dozens and dozens of clients and brands, all the way down to the hobby Amazon sellers that are doing arbitrage, that are doing retail arbitrage and getting 10 of this widget and 30 of this widget and 15 of this widget and sending all that in. It's really, really impacting them in a pretty significant way because of what's happening here. But yeah, thanks Amazon. I think, feels like they're getting a little greedy here, definitely making it very, very difficult for the third-party seller to get their inventory into Amazon. Now, last thing I'll say is, one way to get around this, Amazon is saying that if you utilize their storage solution, AWD, Amazon Warehousing Distribution. So that's a whole nother banana we'll peel in another video. But essentially, the short story of that is, this is big reserve warehouses that Amazon has. They don't fulfill orders out of these warehouses. They're not direct-to-consumer fulfillment warehouses. They're just bulk storage. If you send your inventory into those places, then based on Amazon's algorithm, they will replenish your product from their AWD warehouse into the fulfillment warehouses, and you'll bypass all of this. Okay, so that's a plus. AWD, the storage rates there are much less than what the storage rate would be in a fulfillment center warehouse. So I suspect a lot of people will be flooding over to AWD and checking that solution out. We're digging into that to see if it's right for us, for our clients. I'd love to know what's going on with you guys. Leave a comment in the video and let me know how you're handling this. If you're in the forums, like I said, the sky is falling, but we'll all get past this, because the one thing that is comforting in all this mess is that these fees impact everyone. So no one's at a disadvantage because it's happening to every one of us. So it kind of stinks for all of us. We'll all pull together and find a way to get over this and keep pushing. If nothing else, maybe kind of weeds out the people that don't have the stomach for dealing with Amazon. And if you're in the Amazon game long enough, you got to have a strong stomach, because they will kick you in the teeth over and over and over. 20 years of that in my life, but I can tell you it's been worth it, and it's been very, very good to me. Hey, thanks for watching this. I hope it's helpful. I hope you'll leave a comment and tell me what's going on in your world, how you found us, anything you can do to comment. Give us a thumbs up on the video. Make sure and subscribe and engage. I really appreciate that a lot, and hope that you'll tune in for more videos. Thanks a lot.